Hello everyone, this is my review of the Leatherman Micra. I had realized when I did my video on the other Leatherman tools, I had left this out. So I figured I'd go back and do a review, make a review style video of the knife to show, or the tool rather, to show all of the features of it. Very small, compact tool. Actually, for a long time I had kept this, this exact one on my keys, but later kind of didn't like, I had a lot of stuff in my keys, so I didn't really like that bulky feeling, because I usually kept my keys in my pocket throughout the day. So I had limited what I kept on there, but I still use this tool all the time. Actually, now I keep this in the glove compartment of my car. So to go over some of the tools, you have your blade. It's a small clip point blade. I should have measured this before the video, but looks to be about, I want to say about 2 inches or so. Yeah, just about 2 inches. Obviously, all Leatherman blades come razor sharp when you get the tool new. Actually, I think I got this tool used. Like I said in a lot of other videos, I get most of my stuff in trades, and I think I traded 2 higher-end folding knives for something a couple years ago, and I think the guy threw in this tool for free, which is really nice. I think this is about a $20 tool. But to tell you the truth, you can find these used on eBay all the time in auctions. They usually go for, I don't know, close to $10 maybe, without the shipping. It's not that much. I mean, it's a great tool. And I honestly think it's worth the money. If you spend like 10 or 15 bucks on it, it's definitely worth the money. So anyway, like I just showed, you have that small clip point blade. Then you have a flathead screwdriver, which I guess can also be used as a very light, for light prying duty work. I wouldn't go crazy with this. It might snap off, but I'm sure if you need to get a paint can open or something like that, this flathead screwdriver would work fine. Then you have the nail filer with this little curved bit here. Could be used for like kind of a manicure type tool to clean fingernails, I guess, or do stuff along those lines. But like I said, on the side here is a file, or similar to a emery board. The other side, the other handle, you have this multi-function tool, which is a very small flathead screwdriver. This can also be used in smaller Phillips head style screws. Then coming down further on the tool, you have this bottle opener. So this serves 2 functions. Next you have a what appears to be a flathead screwdriver, but it comes to kind of a point, and as you can see there, and you can read that, it says for Phillips. So obviously you would use this for a Phillips head screw. But the tip of this, it actually is just a little bit, just a touch wider than this. So I really don't see, having this tool here, I don't really see the function of this, although when I use this, it's very rare, but when I use this tool for Phillips head screws, I do happen to grab this this piece rather than the other one. But anyway, the last tool here is a tweezers. And the tweezers on the other side, you see when they're closed, they're kind of exposed in the front of the handle. There's a kind of a cutout here. But the tweezers I probably use the most. Besides the main scissors, I use the tweezers on this all the time. Like I said, I keep this in the car. If I'm doing if I'm walking around on a trail or something, and I come back and I see I have a tick on me or something like that, usually I'll catch it before it gets in the skin, but I usually use these tweezers if I do happen to get a tick that's attached to me, which I know sounds kind of gross, but it happens. You hang around the woods, you're going to get ticks. But anyway, the main scissors on this tool, very, very useful. They come nice and sharp. It's not very hard to touch them up, although to be honest, I've had this tool for probably 3 or 4 years now, and although I don't use it frequently, they're still razor sharp, the scissors. Mostly cut and paper, maybe just a little bit of cardboard. I've actually used these in the car if I go to a store and I come out with one of those packages for electronics usually come in those clamshell packages, the hard plastic. I don't want to grab my knife. It's not as safe as grabbing a pair of scissors. So a lot of times I'll take these right out of the glove box, and I'll open that clamshell package with the scissors. So I find them very, very useful. The whole tool closes up just like a normal Leatherman, but obviously you can see the very small package here overall. Like I said, very, very useful. Something I didn't mention on my other Leathermans, but most people know this. It's just they don't get used very often. Is when this is opened like this and turns, you have a ruler. Using both handles together, the top part here, it looks to be centimeters. It's kind of hard, there's a glare in the camera, but the top centimeters, and it goes right, even though there's nothing obviously written in the gap, it still measures out so that it's accurate when you cross the other side. And then flipping it over, you have inches, starting obviously from the butt end, and you have 1 inch all the way up to, looks about 4.5 inches is where the end mark is. So you do have some methods of measuring small things. This is something that I don't actually use often. It's cool that it's there, but I keep a ruler by my desk, so when I measure stuff I don't necessarily have to use something like this. But I didn't mention that in my other videos, and it can be very helpful, and it is accurate. Just something that's not used often. But like I said, for the most part, I use this for the scissors, which comes in handy. So, like I said, if you want to get something like this, you don't necessarily have to buy it new. Even, to be honest, even pretty beat up, these are still very useful. All you have to do, obviously, is just sharpen that main blade. But the other tools, they're not going to be affected that much with lots of use, unless, of course, they're broken. But then you have a little piece out here for to add to your keys. So I thought this was a great item. Like I said, if I have just my keys and this item on there, it's not that bad at all. It's a great keychain item. But I started to have a bunch of different stuff, so it got quite bulky. But this would work very well on keys, as long as you limit how many extra things you have or tools you have on your keychain. But I think it's a really cool item, and definitely worth the money. I hope this review was helpful. Thank you for your time.